Coming to you live from the GunzPicks studio in beautiful Maryland. It is the Breakin Ankles show hosted by GunzPicks himself, the host with the most, the point guard of podcasting, the self-proclaimed CBB GOAT. And I am the reigning crown winner, and I'm giving you the picks that pay the bills for the low price of $0.00. And I put it on this channel here. So like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get into the chat. We'll talk it up to the boys. Listen, we're on absolute heat. We're 4-1 yesterday. 4-1. Hit the horn. Bringing our record to 66-47-2 plus 21.75 units. Give me a yeah. Yes, sir. We're cooking with absolute napalm right now, and I got a bunch of plays for you today. So we got 5 2-unit bangers coming at you. Hit the gun, and we got a couple 1-unit plays as well to give 7 plays out to the people to enjoy, to feast. As the chat comes on, Jake Newbie, give him the horn. New fan here. You made me money yesterday. Much appreciated. Listen, you follow along. This is part of the marathon. We're not going to have the hottest of hot days every single day, but we're going to get you to profit at the end of the tunnel, and that's what we do here on the GunzPicks channel. Of course, Peter knows, been a follower forever, a true gun disciple. Great wins last night. Thank you all day long. This is what we do. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling hot. Got 48 of you guys watching me live. You better get in here and subscribe to the channel if you don't already. If you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Instagram, wherever you're watching this, please get to the YouTube channel and subscribe so we can grow this thing to the rafters. Woo! Take a breath. All right, let's get to the first play on the board here. I want to make sure I got 3 7 o'clock plays. I want to make sure I get them out before tip. It's Purdue versus Illinois. This is a big game there for both teams, actually. State Farm Center, Champaign, Illinois. And we're going to be going with Illinois on this one. Got it at the money line, minus 125. I think they're going to win this game outright. I see the lines here right around 2, 1.5, 2.5, depending on what books you get it at. But I still like it here. I'm just going to take them to win the game here, minus 125, 2-unit play. Listen, both teams have exceptional offenses. Second in offensive efficiency for Purdue, 13th in field goal percentage, 9th in offensive rebounding, 3rd in three-point percentage, 187th on the free throw line. On the offensive side for Illinois, they're a great offense. 3rd in offensive efficiency, 38th in field goal percentage, 8th in offensive rebounding, 84th in free throw percentage. But on the defensive side, there is an advantage edge here for Purdue, 21st in defensive efficiency versus an Illinois defense that is 103rd in defensive efficiency themselves. So this is a team defensively really can't guard anybody. I'm still going to be backing them here, and you got to be asking yourself, why are they a favorite in this spot? Well, home versus away split is very important to me in a lot of these cases, and I think we have a little bit of an edge here with Illinois. You look at Purdue's offense, they average 78.6 points per game on the road, but 90.3 points per game at home. So a big difference between home versus away. On the defensive side of the ball, they allow 73 points per game to their opponents on the road versus 67.6 points per game at home. So really, the advantage here is you're going to get a less efficient offense here with Purdue than you normally get here. And then when you look at Illinois on the defensive side of the ball, that's their advantage at home. 67.6 points per game given up to opponents at home versus 81.2 points per game on the road. So I think there is a little bit of a dynamic split there, even though Illinois' defense isn't one of the greatest in the world. They're a better unit at home. Now you got Purdue. 3 losses this season, all in conference, all on the road. They lost to Northwestern. They lost to Nebraska. They lost to Ohio State outright in all those spots. The only wins they've had on the road, get this, Maryland, Indiana, Iowa, Rutgers, Wisconsin, and Michigan. 4 and 5 ATS on the road this season. Do you think those are good teams? I only see one team that has a potential to make it into the NCAA tournament, and that's Wisconsin. And you see Wisconsin, how they're playing right now, falling knife. So I take that with a little bit of a grain of salt. I think this is a good position here for Illinois, and I think that's the reason why they're favored in this position. Also, look at the revenge factor. Purdue beat them 83-75 as 10.5 point home favorites. Now you see them as a dog here on the road. Was that a 12-point line swing from game A to game B? Also, Purdue 1 and 4 ATS in the last 5 games overall. So maybe there's a little bit of regression with this Purdue team, which is okay. If you're looking at the NCAA tournament as the goal, they don't really have anything to play for here. Maybe Illinois wants to build their resume, get their ranking up. I think they're a 4 or 5 seed right now. We'll see how it goes here. But I think Illinois is in a perfect spot here. So I'm going to take him here on the money line, minus 125, 2-unit banger, baby. As we get back to the chat, Michael says, hey, Guns, coming off an undefeated Monday. Thanks for Sacramento State. You're welcome, my man. Listen, I thought it was a good spot. They would tie at halftime. They fell apart a little bit, probably midway through the second half. And I go, oh, no, Sacramento State's going to do it to me. And then they came back and made it a close game. We got the cover. Didn't get the money line. I hope nobody took them on the money line. I didn't advise to that. However, we got there. And I love it, man. We got over 102 of you beautiful bastards watching us right now. Let's go. Woo! Get into the chat. Let's talk it up. Like, subscribe to the channel while you're at it. All right. We got some more plays to give out here. I got 3 more here at the 7 o'clock hour. Make sure I get those out to you before it gets to tip. We're going to Virginia Tech and Louisville on this one at the KFC Yum Center here in Louisville, Kentucky. 7 p.m. tip is when this takes place. And listen, I'm going to be going with the dog on this one. Home dog, Louisville. What? Yes, I am. I'm taking Louisville plus 8, 2-unit banger. Let's go. Virginia Tech does have a good offense. 32nd in offensive efficiency, 45th in field goal percentage. Not a good rebounding team, but they are good at the free throw line. 6th in the country in free throw percentage. And they're going against a bad defense here for Louisville. I'll give them that. 220th in defensive efficiency, 346th in field goal percentage, and 113th in defensive rebounds. You will see in a second why I'm taking Louisville. Louisville on the offensive side, not great either. 186th in the country in offensive efficiency, 280th in field goal percentage. They do get to the free throw line a lot, 27th in getting to the free throw line, and they're 85th in the country in free throw percentage. That's okay, because I think this is a perfect spot to be fading this Virginia Tech team, because if you look at their road to offense home splits, Virginia Tech's offense only puts up 69.4 points per game on the road versus 79.4 points per game at home. 10-point difference between road versus home splits offensively. On the defensive side of the ball, they allowed 78.2 points per game to their opponents on the road versus 63.5 points per game at home. So there's a reason why I'm going to be taking this Louisville team in this spot. And then you got Louisville. When you look at their numbers, it doesn't matter if it's home or away. Their numbers are virtually identical. So I'm not worried about that on that side. These two teams did meet on December 3rd. Virginia Tech did win the game narrowly, 75-68 in Blacksburg. 14-point favorites they were in that game. Now the line is sitting here at 7.5, 7, 8. I'm seeing out there. Louisville in a great position as in this number. So the number here is sitting at what? 8, 7.5. It's a perfect position for them, because when the line sits here with Louisville as a dog between 5 and 9 points, they are 4-1 ATS when that occurs this season. And most of those games are in conference. Virginia Tech is the only team they're a great team to back at home, but on the road, different story. This team is 1-9 straight up in ATS on the road and 0-2 straight up in ATS as a road favorite. This is not a backable team here, and I gave you the statistics why. They regress on the offensive side, they regress on the defensive side, and I think it's a perfect position with a Louisville team that's already played them this year, played them very close, and they're kind of a short dog for them. I mean, Louisville's not the greatest team in the world, but I think they keep it close here with a Virginia Tech team that does not play well on the road. We're going to get it done. We're going to slam it here. Give me Louisville plus 8, 2-unit banger, baby. Woo! As we take a sip of the potion, there's just the 3-wheel motion. Let's get back into the chat. Let's talk to the boys. Of course, Peter Grazia says, Guns knows. Great analysis always. In Guns we trust. That is my money when we make it. Let's get to the next play here. We got one more 7 o'clock play, and then we're going to get some late night banger action. If you know what I mean. If you don't know what late night bangers is, we are going to be we're going to be watching some games at midnight. So hopefully you get some coffee ready, get the caffeine going. We're going to be staying up all night, sweating some games. All right, Syracuse versus Clemson. Little John, yeah. I can't do a Little John impression. I'm sorry. Little John Coliseum, Clemson, South Carolina is the spot. 7 p.m. tip. And we're going with the favorite on this one. While I take the hat off and put on my buy hat, Clemson we're taking the favorite here. Minus 9.5, 2-unit banger. Let me tell you why. You look at the matchup on this one. Clemson's defense is 51st in defensive efficiency, 52nd in defending shots, 32nd in defensive rebounds. And they're going against a Clemson offense here that's 90th in offensive efficiency, 153rd in field goal percentage, 314th in offensive rebounding, 182nd on the free throw line. So this offense, not the greatest offense in the world here for the Orange. Then you look at the offensive side for Clemson, kind of their strength for the team on both sides of the ball. 23rd in offensive efficiency, 27th in field goal percentage, 58th in turning over the ball, turnover percentage, and they're 16th on the free throw line. So you have a good offense here, and then on the defensive side, Hughes can't really guard the ball. They're 288th in defending shots, 293rd in defensive rebounds, 29th in allowing opponents to the free throw line. So they are good at being disciplined, but I think that's more on the fact that they don't guard and get aggressive on the defensive side of the ball for Syracuse. So there is an advantage there for the offense for Clemson. Then you got to look at the big drop-off in production on the road with Syracuse. Syracuse scores 70.3 points per game on the road, but they score 80.2 points per game at home. So you got a 10-point drop-off in the offensive production there for Syracuse. And then you got Syracuse. Where are they coming from? On Saturday, we took the Irish, right? We took Notre Dame. Guess what happened? They were 6.5-point home dogs. They beat Clemson outright. So they're coming off a bad loss as a favorite on the road. Now you get them back here at home, virtually as a double-digit favorite against a team that they could pretty much beat in this position. So it is a bounce-back spot. And if you actually look at the bounce-back spots for Clemson this season, 5-0 straight up, 4-1 ATS off a conference loss. So against conference opponents, when they do lose, they come back the next week, they dominate, and they get you the cover. Woo! Clemson has done well as a heavy dog. They haven't done well as a heavy dog. They are 0-6 ATS when the line is more than 8 points as a dog. So you have that position for them here in this line. Heavy dog on the road versus a Clemson team on a bounce back. Also, these two teams met on February 10th. Clemson did beat them 77-68 as 4.5-point favorites. So then you get the line shifting correlated in here that tells me it's going to be a nice little Clemson domination. And then you look at these where these two teams are at right now. You have a 20-9 team ranked 25th in KenPom versus a Syracuse team that is 20-10 and 79th in KenPom. There's not much of a gap there as far as not only records, but as far as their ranking in KenPom. And you still see Clemson sitting here as a 9.5 and a 10-point favorite at home. This tells me it's a Clemson blowout tonight off the bounce back. Give me Clemson minus 9.5, 2-unit banger. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. And Peter said it best. He said ND1. So great pick. Let's go. All right, now we're getting into some of the late action, but of course, got to do my spiel here. If this is your first time to the channel, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, wherever you're coming from, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the GunzPicks YouTube channel. Link is in my bio on all my social medias, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter, or X, or whatever they call it now. Please join up today and join up all the live action that I'm going to be bringing to the table throughout this college basketball. I also do college football, do NFL. It's going to be absolutely electric on the GunzPicks channel. So let's go. Get at it. All right. Next game on the board, we're going to be jumping into, let's see. All right, let's go to, I'm going to do a little small cap, a little 1-unit special here that I caught my eye right before the show. St. John's is going on the road here, and they're going to be playing DePaul. Wintrust Arena, Chicago, Illinois, 9 p.m. tip. We're going with St. John's on here, double-digit favorite, minus 19.5, 1 unit. Not my favorite play, but I think it's worth enough to put a unit on this play. Listen, where's DePaul coming from? The 311th in the country in terms of KenPom, and they're going against the St. John's team that's ranked 28th. Then you look at their records. DePaul is 4-14 ATS is a double-digit dog this season. 0-7 ATS in the last 7 games. 1-8 ATS is a double-digit dog at home. So they are going against the St. John's team on the other side of the spectrum. They're heating up here. They've won 3 straight, covered 3 straight, dominated Creighton, dominated Butler in their last 2 games, and their 4-1 ATS is a double-digit favorite. Small cap here, worth a unit. So I'm going to be taking St. John's minus 19.5, 1 unit banger. Woo! As we take a sip of the potion, to take the 3-wheel motion, we go to the next play. Now we're getting into some of the late night stuff that we enjoy. We love cashing all the late night. This is the stuff you put the bets in, you go to bed, you wake up, you look at your account and said, man, Guns did it again. And I'm about to do it tonight because I got some 11 p.m. Mountain West style games that I love to feast on. Let's start with the first one. San Diego State versus UNLV. Thomas and Mack Center, place that I've been, beautiful place. Las Vegas, Nevada, 11 p.m. tip. And I'm going to do a double down on this one. Of course, I'm going to be a little bit weighted heavy on the side, but I'm also going to take on the total. But let's talk about where these two teams are at right now. We're going to be looking at San Diego State. Offensively, 56 in offensive efficiency. They're going against a defense with UNLV, 86 in defensive efficiency. Not good at defending shots, 143rd in defending shots, and they're 252nd in defensive rebounding. But on the offensive side for San Diego State, they're 274th in three-point percentage, 121st in free throw percentage, and 162nd in field goal percentage. So, in my perspective, I'm not too worried about this offense here for San Diego State. On the offensive side for UNLV, 80th in offensive efficiency, 133rd in field goal percentage, 149th in offensive rebounding, 128th in the free throw line. Not great numbers there, but you know the strength of San Diego State. 9th in defensive efficiency, 39th in defending shots, 100th in the country in defensive rebounding. But there's a caveat here when you look at San Diego State. Look at their home and road splits. Offensively, virtually identical. However, on the defensive side of the ball, they allow 70.8 points per game on the road versus allowing 61.9 points per game at home. So there is a dynamic there, 9-point difference in that split between road versus home. Then on the UNLV side, offensively, virtually identical in terms of the numbers from home versus away. And on the defensive side, virtually identical again. So there is no difference advantage for UNLV on both sides of the ball, but that's still okay because no matter where in the country they perform, whether it's in their home court or on the road, you're going to get the same team no matter what. Look at the revenge factor on this one. UNLV lost to San Diego State 72-61, 8.5-point road dogs. And now the line is a short dog, 1.5, 2 on this one. Then you got San Diego State 5-7 straight up, 3-9 ATS on the road this season, 2-4 ATS is a road favorite. Their only covers on the road this season were Fresno State and Air Force. And if you go look that up on the standings, you find the bottom 2 teams in the league. Fresno State's terrible. Air Force is terrible. They're always double-digit dogs, and you always fade them in any situation when you're looking at their in-conference versus any team in the Mountain West. Then you got UNLV, 9-1 straight up, 8-2 ATS in the last 10 games. So this is a very hot Rebels team, and they're 6-2 ATS at home this season. So with all that being said, I'm going to be taking the dog here, and I wouldn't mind sprinkling that on the money line. I did get it at plus 2.5. I don't think the line is going to go upward, but go grab it now and sprinkle a little bit on the money line. But for the official play, we're going to be taking UNLV plus 2.5, 2-unit banger, baby. Woo! Get into the chat. I want to talk to the people. Let's see what you're on today, what you're drinking, what you're smoking, what you're living on this beautiful Tuesday night. Woo! Let's go to another late one. Oh, forgot. I said it was a double down, didn't I? I almost forgot. I also like the under in this one. I got the under at 136.5. I'm seeing 135s out there, 135.5s. Still fine. I like the correlation here. The last matchup, the total was 139. The result ended up being 133 in the game. Now you're seeing the line here at 135, 135 and a half, 136. So the line has regressed from game A to game B. Then you look at Louisville. I'm sorry, let's not Louisville. UNLV under is hitting 5-1 in the last 6 games, 4-0 to the under in the last 4 home games. On the San Diego State side, under is hit 6-0 in the last 6 games overall, 3-0 to the under in the last 3 road games. So with all that being said, I think this is probably going to be a more of a low-scoring rock fight of a game, especially with the regression of San Diego State. I'm going to be going with the under as well. 136.5 is the number I got for another unit play. Baby! As we go back into the chat, we got some questions we got to answer before we get to the last play. Clemson line says so, and Guns knows it. You know it, and I know it. Going back here, Michael says, what do you think of that the Florida game? Yes. Okay. Michael, we've had this talk, and you've warned me about this one. We've always said this about unranked favorites at home versus ranked dogs on the road. We've been playing these a lot here and there sporadically. We got a little bit rambunctious, and we were getting burnt. So for that being said, I'm staying off this game because of that. I can't get on Florida, especially with Alabama kind of coming off that bad loss to Tennessee on Saturday. I kind of think there's a little bit of a bounce back for them, even though it's a road game where they underperform in those situations. But I think there's something about this game that leads me to believe that it's probably going to be a Bama blowout. I'm not officially taking it because I don't know, knowing that Florida plays very well at home. And granted, they beat up Tennessee earlier in the season, and they've beaten up a lot of teams at home this season. I can't get on this game at all. It could go either direction for me. That's why I'm staying off this game completely, and I suggest you do too. But if there is a lean, small, I would say Bama pulls it out here today and gets the cover as a dog. Even though the line looks fishy as hell, I'm not jumping on it whatsoever because I feel like I'm going to get caught in a bear trap with Florida. All right. Let's get to the next game here. Last game on the board is 211 of you beautiful bastards are watching me live on all social media junkets. Like and subscribe to the GunzPicks YouTube channel. All the links are in my bio. Join now. Hit the like button for this video that keeps me in the algorithms of all algorithms that YouTube has set. And hit the bell so you know anytime that I go live with any notification. All right. No problem, Michael. I got you, buddy. All right. Last game we got. We're gonna go back to the Mountain West. We're gonna go Nevada versus Boise State. This is Extra Mile Arena, Boise, Idaho, 11 p.m. tip. And I'm going Boise. -5.5, 2-unit play. I can't knock Boise at home. They play exceptional in these positions, and they are the ranked number 1 team in the Mountain West. Nevada, great team. Statistically, 49th in offensive efficiency, 67th in field goal percentage, 52nd in turnover percentage. Not a good rebounding team, 220th in offensive rebounding and 190th in free throw percentage. This is a team not great at making their free throws. On the defensive side for Boise, 31st in defensive efficiency, 129th in defending shots, 7th in defensive rebounding. There is a edge there for Boise, and they're 14th in the country in defending the three-pointer. So I think this Boise defense is going to be a little bit suffocating here for Nevada. For the offense, they're between the offensive and defensive side for Nevada and Boise. It's a pretty good matchup, honestly. 41st in offensive efficiency for Boise, 99th in field goal percentage, 69th in offensive rebounding, 79th in free throw percentage. When you look at Nevada's defense, 38th in defensive efficiency, 56th in defending shots, 90th in defensive rebounding, 198th in allowing opponents to the free throw line. So they are an aggressive defense. They do commit a lot of fouls, and they're not really a good rebounding team. So I see a lot of second chance opportunities here for Boise to get points. Then you got to look at the home and road splits here for Nevada. Nevada's defense allows 70.7 points per game on the road, 63.2 points per game at home. So there is a regression from road versus home. Then on the offensive side of the ball, not much difference here for Nevada. 73.9 points per game on the road versus 77.8 points per game at home. And like I said, Boise is sitting in the number one position on the Mountain West, and they've won 5 in a row, covering their last 5. And then you got the what happened in the first game. Boise beat them on the road, 64-56 on January 12th, as 6.5-point dogs. Now, you would think the line wouldn't have much change, knowing that there is like kind of a pseudo revenge type of situation with Nevada coming into Boise to go get a win after their loss at home. But there isn't. The line has just flipped the other direction. You see -6 is hitting the board, -5.5 for Boise. We're talking about a 12-point swing, 12.5-point swing, 11.5-point swing, depending on where you're getting it from your book. So that is an extreme line shift that we always like to look for and take advantage of. And now we have it again with Boise. So this is just telling me it's going to be another Boise type of win and cover. Also, Boise, 9-2 ATS in their last 11 home games. Boise is 5-1 straight up in the last 6 meetings versus Nevada, covering the last 3. So this is maybe a situation that Boise just kind of owns a team. And I think it's going to be a perfect position. We've been fading these Mountain West road teams a lot, if you haven't watched the show. And the home teams have just been covering left and right. So we're going to do it one more time here. Give me Boise State, -5.5, 2-unit banger, baby. Let's go to the chat. Peter, he loves the Boise play. And everybody always wants to know, Guns, you throw out too many plays. You threw out 7 today. What's wrong with you? I just have enough money to bet 1 play. Well, this is what we like to call, hey, Guns, give me your best bet. Well, I'm about to. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Best bet of the night. I'm wearing the hat for a reason. And my God, is it Clemson -9.5 to get it done versus Syracuse? It checks more boxes than any of the plays that I have today, and I think they get it done. So, yeah, best bet of the night is going to be Clemson, -9.5, 2-unit banger. Don't get it twisted. These are all weighted plays, and I like to weight them the same, except for if I tell you 1 unit or 2 units. That's it. So 5 plays or 2, 2 plays or 1. And I will recap those plays for you now. It's 235. You beautiful bastards are watching me now. True gun disciples, join the church. Hit the like and subscribe button to the GunzPicks channel. Hit the bell notification. Hit the like button and all that other good, gracious stuff. And you can follow me on all social media junkets at GunzPicks on Instagram, TikTok, X, and that's pretty much it. So there you go with the picks. To recap, tonight, we're going to be on Illinois money line, -125, 2-unit play. All these are starting exactly right now, so jump on it. We're going to go UNLV +2.5, 2-unit play. We're going to go Louisville +8, 2-unit play. We're also going to be doing the under in the San Diego State UNLV game, 136.5 for 1 unit. We're going to do Clemson -9.5 is my best bet, 2-unit. We're going to go Boise State -5.5, 2-unit. And we're going to put 1 unit on St. Johnny's -19.5 versus DePaul, 1 unit. And those are the plays that pay the bills. I will recap them on X so everybody can get the plays and not miss a thing. But we'll be doing daily shows here all the time, 6:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. I don't know if I can do a show tomorrow, but I'll at least post my plays before tips so you can get those regardless. May have some oblos to do tomorrow, but regardless, I will get you the plays that pay the bills no matter what. I will post them on all my social media outlets. And then, of course, you got to join for the Saturday shows. I do 2 shows on Saturday, 11 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. for the late night bangers. And, of course, you can join me on Sunday right around 11:30 on Sundays for more shows. We're going to do this all the way through college basketball season, all the way through March Madness. So get on it. We are 66, 47-2 plus 21.75 units currently. And we plan on getting more money, more stacks, more bills. So thanks for everybody that's joined me live. Let's cash some tickets. Let's dominate the board. And as always, let's keep dancing. Bang.